I just say the same shit, so I feel like I'm just like a robot.
I get shit for either end of my intro and outro.
Josh.
So it doesn't
Well, I'm like so used to saying it. That's why I mean, like, I don't even I don't really. I think once I think about it, I fuck it up. But once I don't think about it, then I do it all right. You know.
No,
But, like,
yeah.
I feel like it's like I'm a plush toy. If like you squeeze my hand, I just say the catchphrase. You know. All right, man. It started.
Take us away.
Okay. Well, welcome to BatYard's. Oh wow. Welcome to BatYard's finest. I was gonna say BatYard Productions for some reason, like usual. We are bringing you the finest information, of Superman and Batman and other pop culture events or movies that we have seen over the last a couple years, whatever is going on. Topics for today is gonna be Helluva Boss, episode 6, Truth Seekers. This is from a YouTube channel called Fizzy Pop. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And they have a bunch of other work on there that's amazing. I'm not trying to plug, but I'm sorry, I'm a fan now. So, and the next thing is... We're not sponsored
yet, but we will.
Yeah. We'll get
can we get
into
sponsored?
That.
I don't think we can get sponsored by another YouTube channel. Can we?
Get sponsored by anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should get sponsored by the moon, man.
And then the next thing is the Silver Bullet. It's based off of Stephen King's book. It's not actually called the Silver Bullet. It's just they renamed it when they made it. I forgot what the actual name of the book's called. I think it's like
something werewolves. I think it's
right? Like something like Howard at the Moon or something.
We'll get into that. We'll get into all of that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's down the road. But let's go to our BS. Anyone got BS?
I do, actually.
Awesome.
So I went to go pick up my holds from last month because October was just busy as hell for work. And I managed. It's not in super good focus.
Oh, that looks awesome. What is that, Batman?
But this is DC versus Vampires, their new limited series. I guess it's going to be their equivalent of Marvel Zombies. I haven't read it yet. I just picked this up last week. But I'm already super stoked. I have a couple of ideas who I think are going to get turned into vampires, who's going to die. But as you can see in the cover, there is Green Arrow and Batman fighting a horde of freakish zombies. Not zombies, vampires.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Superman, Wonder Woman.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe Atom. Yeah. Maybe Molecule Man will get turned.
Did they make the super powered heroes like the vampires and then the regular guys like Green Arrow and Batman, like the people who fight them off? I think that would be pretty cool. I think that's the best way. And maybe give them one superpower, one other superpower guy, like the Atom or something. But that's it. Just them 3.
But the thing is, so when they turn into vampires, other superpower people, do some of their powers get affected by the vampirism or whatever effects that happen to them?
I feel like some of them would be nullified because they'd be dead, and others might get enhanced because vampires are physically strong, so. Yep. You're just turning off and upping the inhibitor of your physical strength. So maybe instead of, somebody being able to punch a mountain, they'd be able to punch several mountains or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, fuck this. I'm out.
I want to read that. That sounds pretty awesome. Let me know if it's any good. Have you started reading it?
Not yet. I was going to try to read it before the podcast, but I had a phone call. And it just ate up all of my time, so I couldn't read it. But I will definitely post up and let everybody know on our Instagram page. If you're not following us at BatYard's Finest Pod.
Yeah, POD.
And then, I had one more thing I forgot to grab.
God damn it, Jerry. You stole what I was going to do.
Wait, crispy shit, wait.
Wait, I see Matt has some in his hand. You guys have the same thing?
Oh, Jesus.
What is that?
I also got this fucking phone book of like previews that's coming in the next couple of months.
Oh my god.
This thing is like 400 pages of just collectibles, graphic novels, comics, manga, like character buzz, like you name it, it's in here.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give a little story. When Jerry got the phone book of of collectibles and manga and comics, he was sending us just he was just telling us on PlayStation all about this. He was not saying the photos. He was not telling us how much they cost. He was just saying, "You gotta be loving Jimmy. This is amazing. You have to look at this thing." And I'm like, "We need to send us the photo, Crispy. You're gonna love this. There's a 18-inch Godzilla that actually like lights up, shoot like some roars and everything. I won't tell you the price, but I'll keep going." I'm like, "I got a Christmas shop. I need to know this one." No, keep going. Then like 2 hours later, he just starts dropping the photos later on to us. Then and the photos are still in the crevice. It wasn't. We ended up finding a website, me and Jimmy. Oh god, he was just teasing us with this whole thing.
There was so much stuff in here. I was blown away.
That's so. It's like it's like almost like a catalog book of like what's to come.
Yeah, basically.
But this is like it's literally the phone book you want every month, not the phone book you don't want every month.
Do people even use phone books anymore?
Barely.
Like
maybe.
Obsolete?
I know people that still see like mailmen still drop off phone books or like pallets of phone books to places. It's weird, but like it's still kicking.
I guess if you don't have a smartphone, you have a phone book.
You have a payphone.
There you go.
Payphones don't even exist anymore. How is Superman going to change into his costume anymore?
The last payphone was at my local gas station where I get breakfast in the morning, and they tore it down because they're widening the road.
Oh god!
I think
that was literally the last payphone I've seen in like 30 miles of that location.
I got the subway payphone.
It was just a standard payphone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen a full booth in forever.
Yeah, in years.
Shit.
Yeah, like I still have my job. I still have like I think we have 2 payphones. They're like the subway style ones that are still active.
Yeah, I've seen those. Okay. I think I've seen one in Stewart's.
Matt, where's our ice cream from Stewart's?
Yeah. Where's Jerry's ice cream?
We'll have a talk about that later.
Where's the blueberry roller gig?
We'll talk also about that later.
I think that's about it for me. I know those were the 2 biggest things I wanted to show you guys, especially the DC versus vampires, because I think that's going to be super good.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. I read some Marvel Zombies. I actually only read Army of Darkness versus Marvel Zombies, which Matt got me, which is awesome.
It's fucking good.
Maybe we could do that next Halloween or something. That'd be awesome.
Ooh.
I actually gotta find it. I don't know where it is.
Hope it's still not at Christie's.
I hope it's not either, because that house is a fucking death trap.
Hey man, they did the living room all over again. I got shocked when I walked in there.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Wait, Matt, what do you have, Matt? Do you have you have something in your hand?
Do like Jared? Well, I was gonna basically do the same thing. Well, me and my friends are now into this like new. Well, my friends already been in it. They got me into this card game called Universus card game. They're doing the My Hero edition. If you can see the card, this is Texas Smash. All Might.
Oh, it's holographic. Dude, that's going to be worth $1 million in like 10 years.
Don't joke about that because some of these cards are already getting up there.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Because the company is starting to pick up speed of like getting out the actual cards to certain places. So it's taking a bit, but now they're picking up finally. But while I was at this local this comic book store that's supposed to be selling it, I went and looked around a little bit, ended up finding this comic book setup.
Batman.
Oh, hell yeah.
What is that? That looks awesome.
I haven't really dove into it 100%. I got probably
edition.
I literally just got it like a few days ago. It looks brand new to me.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even touch it. It's graded 10 right now.
Oh my god! So it's the Black Label of DC, and it's the book 1 of this series. I want to see if there's multiple other.
Wait,
books.
so does Batman turn into a reptile? Or is he just fighting?
I haven't found out. Like I was gonna get into it. I only read like about 5 pages until I had to do something in my house beforehand. But the artwork's a little different than usual.
Yeah.
The artwork is more like, I don't know, like it's like more water-based styled.
Ooh, that's
and everything. Nice. So it's a lot of difference. There's a lot of different character redesigns for this. I little snooped ahead before I had to do something. I know when I was at the same comic book store, they had another version of this, but the cover's different. And it has multiple villains on it. And I looked at it, it says book 1, 2 on it.
Oh, those both.
So,
now I gotta.
So I technically want to go. I kind of want to go back and buy the other one just in case. But what's it called? And the cover is a lot thicker than normal comic books now. Like you know, comic books are more. It's more like cardboardy, but like not like
kind of like cardstock.
Yeah, cardstock style. Yes, it's kind of like that instead. So I was like, wow, they actually put a lot of effort into this one instead of just like, here we're spitting out a comic book here for like $2. And then I want to do a quick thing with Jerry after Josh presents his comic book. Let's see your comic book, buddy.
Wait, what?
Let's see what you grabbed before I.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do something before I showed mine.
No, go ahead, Joe. No, go ahead because this may take like a few minutes.
No, this is only gonna take a second. So I got this. This is a while ago. I got this. I don't think I ever revealed it. So I got the Superman 1978 first issue comic book series. It's basically takes place in the Christopher Reeve universe. If I guess if Superman 5 happened, or you could just like erase Superman 3 and 4 and just make this Superman 3. That would probably be better.
But does it fit in with after 2?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it definitely does. I feel like it fits more after 2 than the other ones. Well, we'll get into that at some point. So it basically reveals that Brainiac, it like has a Brainiac origin storyline. So like he lands on Earth and he fights Christopher Reeve's Superman, which is awesome. And I like reading it because, you know, I feel like I'm just like watching the next movie, which so this is really good. I definitely recommend it. I haven't checked out the Michael Keaton Batman comic book series that came out at the same time as this. I think they just released issue 3 of this. I think the Michael Keaton Batman is like it's correspondent with the series too. But I almost just want to wait until it's finished and just get the graphic novel because I like having the full story in one thing than many issues. That's how I am.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I was gonna ask you, like, how many issues is this thing in? Like,
I said it says 1 to 6, so I guess there's 6 of them.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. So I mean, it's like I could still get, I could get 6 of them. It's not too big of a deal. I think I got
easy getting the
Yeah, I just like having it all condensed in one, so it's all in one book, and I could just read the whole story. So that's how I am. So Matt, what was the other thing you wanted to say?
Me and Jerry for the last couple podcasts have been stating that the My Hero movie was coming out. Jerry, what did you think of it quick beforehand?
The movie was great. It was, if you're a fan of My Hero or you were curious, like, oh, I kind of want to see it, but I don't know anything about it, You could walk in the theater, watch it with zero knowledge, and get a fun and enjoyable experience, and shed a couple of tears.
Son of a bitch. He is not wrong.
Wasn't that one night release like at Regal? Like, was it like one of those special events kind of things?
It's a special event for Regal that they do with the Fandom thing, Fandom setup, and they still have it. I think still running now. I think this probably at least should be ending soon if it hasn't yet.
I think ours down here is ended.
I need to check with ours down here, but I think they keep. For some reason over here, we keep keeping movies for a long period of time, like Demon Slayer. We had for like 2 months.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I don't know what's going on with this place. But I assume that we may get it for keep it for another month, maybe, until like December. But whatever.
I could see that happen.
But yeah, I fully agree with Jerry on this one. And you get to meet these new characters that are not canon, but the fans are trying to make this movie canon. They're trying so hard.
Are we doing this again? Are they really doing this again?
What do you want them to do?
Leave it alone. For the love of God.
It's such a good story that they added to it. And they added... What? No, it's not like the Snyder memes and all that crap. Okay. It's just that a bunch of fans wrote to... It's mostly most of the fans just writing towards Funimation and the writer of My Hero Academia asking if this could be added to the canon of the show, of the manga series.
From the last couple of chapters I've read, I don't think there's any way that can happen without it messing with the story long term.
Well, technically, they almost killed off like 3 characters. So.
Yeah, they did. They were pretty close.
So yeah, I would recommend My Hero to Josh because it's a superhero show that's showing a developing non-Quark. Well, Quark is a superpowered character trying to progress further into the superhero universe.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's kind of like he is a super like big brain kind of character. He has to have write down, analyze everything.
He's Megamind?
No, he's not. He is literally
he's like MODOK.
Just a nerd. He's
Oh, okay.
He's just a nerd that he has to study everybody's quirk and like their skills.
He's got hyper fixation.
Taskmaster. Is he like Taskmaster?
The sorts in a bit. He does not practice. He does not practice their techniques. He just jots it all down.
He notepad. Well, I guess you could say kind of. He sort of does practice some of them.
Well, Bakugo's style is different. He's a dick. He has to.
In case you couldn't tell, me and Crispy hate Bakugo. He's a piece of shit.
I'm sorry.
He's a dick, but there's a spot for him, proper spot for him, but like he wants to be a hero, but he just says die a bunch of times to people. He literally will save you and say go die and run away.
Okay. So you recommend I should watch the movie before the show, or
if knowing you want to watch the show.
Okay.
First, because you're gonna say
on that funky town. What is it called?
Funimation has it. Hulu, I think. Yeah, does it have a dub though?
Oh,
yeah, I think it does have it dubbed.
Crunchyroll.
So try Hulu. Yes, it's on Crunchyroll, but I don't know if it's 100% dubbed yet over there.
What's better, the dub one or the subtitle?
Either one works out pretty fine, but
okay,
it's your personal preference.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what would you rate it?
My Hero?
I would give this movie. I would give this one a good 7.5. Compared to the other two, I like the story a lot, but it didn't. the action didn't come until like the very end,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with. I do like, a build up and, saving the action for when it's necessary, but I do like action, thrown in here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But the story for this one was just more so like, it reminded me a lot of the Nazis.
Oh, that's cool. I mean,
true.
I mean,
True.
Nazis
He's
aren't
not wrong.
cool.
Nazis are cool. We're not advocating Nazis.
No. They're a very effective way for storytelling, for sure.
It's just,
yeah.
Let's just say, it's more of a like I agree with Jerry. This movie did take its time, but it had to build something for you to grasp on with certain characters they have in the movie. So I'm gonna still give it an 8. I enjoy all 3 movies. I do not see one more superior than the other because each one has a different feeling to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Jerry says, the action comes later at the end. Like they want to build up, like I said, build the story for you more, like to get more feelings like for the newer characters they added into it. They added some decent, cool villains into the movie and everything. But yeah, it's more like Jerry said, it's kind of like that. But I would say more of like a super clan or something like it's like a cult or something like that wants to. Yeah, it's kind of Nazis. Yeah, I can't go any further. It's literally Nazis.
It's
really Nazis.
Really like Nazis.
Okay,
but it's a church. That makes it even worse.
It's a Catholic church.
It's a Catholic church that makes it worse too.
All right.
We cannot
enough about this. Nazis.
Yes. All right. So let's get off this topic.
Wait.
You got one more question? Oh, you have things?
No, not questions. I have things I want to bring up. Okay. All right. Before I just 2 quick things. Okay. So, Stephen Biscotti, who was the main host of the Superman podcast that we had on a previous episode a few months ago, he recommended its Superman book, which Matt said he started to listen to on Audible. I just started to listen to it. I'm probably like 3/4 through the book.
Okay, that's
and I like it.
Left off.
I like it a lot. I like what is it? I do like the setting. I think Superman really works in the 1930s. I think that's a good time period for it. And I almost see it like as the Fleischer Superman's like his origin. This is kind of how I view it. Jerry, you have to watch those. I'll have to recommend one of those for you in a future episode. I don't think. Yeah, have you ever seen the Fleischer Superman? Just at any, like the old 1940s Superman.
I don't think I have.
Okay, they're awesome.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. So that's kind of how I see the book. I almost see it as like that's origin. I just kind of connect them that way, just because they're the similar timeline. And okay, so there's 2 things I want to bring up about that. So I mentioned to Matt, I was like, okay, is it the one where Superman goes to Hollywood? And Matt said no. And I also said, I also asked Matt if there's a quote in the book where if Clark Kent, like in Smallville in high school, like when he says hi to someone, he'll only say hi if they say hi to him, kind of thing. And Matt said no to that. So both those things are in the book. I just wanted to, yeah. The thing where Clark is saying hi to like other Smallville, high schoolers is like in the first, I don't know, 10 minutes or first chapter, and then the Hollywood thing. He does go to Hollywood. He becomes a stunt double. But that's all I wanted to bring up. I just wanted to say that I was right and Matt was wrong.
Like where? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember him going to New York City, Hollywood though.
he becomes a stuntman.
Trying to remember. I don't remember that yet. Like for
I don't
some
know
reason.
if you got there. You might have not gotten there.
Probably didn't get there.
It's like a little bit over halfway where he goes to Hollywood.
I have
Because
one more thing I wanted to say.
Okay.
Everybody knows, me and Matt, we're huge anime manga guys, and I forgot to do the post, and I was hoping that Crispy did it, but I'll just go ahead and do it while we're live.
Wait, what?
So it was a series me and Matt were reading called Red Hood Hunters Guild.
Yeah.
It has ended. It got canceled at its 18th chapter for an unknown reason that I have not been able to find anywhere. And it's not, it was a good short read if you're ever looking for something that's, kind of more true toward, the story of Little Red Riding Hood with the bad, like the German folklore, witches, werewolves, giants, dragons, mermaids, so on and so forth. And it got cut short before it got a chance to really reach its potential because a couple of other people I recommended this to were like, how could this get canceled? This had, such great potential to do, amazing and great things. And so we would like to bid farewell to Hunters Guild Red Hood from the BatYard's Finest Productions team.
Son of a bitch. Those my fucking Sundays.
But now we've got the ghost fighting gangster.
Oh god. Okay, so we have this new manga that looks like
I'm not
replacing.
Done. I have one thing. Okay. I had a bird on my shoulder this whole time. This is my new pet bird, which you can't really see. I was trying to hide him.
I didn't even notice it.
The whole thing. That's why I was like,
shy.
Yeah, he is. He's a parrot. His name is Tawodi, which I named him, which means hawk in Cherokee. So that's why I named him that. It's
that's cool.
Yeah. So he's just getting used to me, but I had him on my shoulder the whole time. So that was the only thing I wanted to bring up.
Well, now we've got a new mascot.
Yeah. Well, he's facing the other way, but well, this is his first podcast, so that's why he's a little camera shy. So. All right, go ahead, Matt.
We got fucking Steve Irwin here.
I'll put a picture on the Instagram later.
Okay. All right. So, but we did replace
noises.
Oh yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Whenever you open the door, noises. That'd be awesome.
Great, right?
No. Yeah. Okay. So, due to replacing our manga chapter of Sunday, we did get a new chain. If you ever read Chainsaw Man, then the assistant to Chainsaw Man did drop his or hers. I don't remember the name of the assistant. Stop it, you weirdo! They did drop their own manga series on Shonen Jump that takes upon like a little boy that wants to be a manga hero, like action star basically, and he trains all of his life to become super powerful, and nobody wants to be near him, or because if they try to fight him or he tries to do anything to him, basically cripples them and the sorts.
Like if he punches them, he's exploding their bones.
Yes, it's literally if you just, and that's it. It breaks your arm. That's it. Nothing else.
Like he can pick up a fucking car like this
and press it. He's like at least 14 or something like that. He's in like junior high or high school. Yeah. And he ends up getting picked up by
He's Spider-Man.
What?
He's Spider-Man.
Yeah, basically no.
Yeah, basically.
He does not have the ability to stick to walls yet. But yeah, he got picked up by this monster mafia, because it's like two realms are basically together, this monster universe and new normal humans. Monsters like to tread into it and feed on the humans in certain like locations of cities that they can only go to. And it's really weird. So he ends up joining this. I would say she's kind of new to the mafia role, but I would say kind of. I don't know how. Like they never got into the character she joins up with. It's like
we'll
backstory.
talk about it on Sundays.
Yes. But Jared, do you remember the name of the manga though?
I remember the name. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay, you're in the same boat as me. All right.
And
so
the name of it looks like a Digimon.
True.
Agumon.
But definitely not
that's
that.
what we're gonna call it, Agumon, from now on. It's easy to remember, and Agumon looks like fucking Pikachu.
Wait, is Agumon the dinosaur one? I don't even.
He's
know
the dinosaur
what
one.
is.
He's a yellow
He's the dinosaur
dinosaur.
one.
That's the only one I remember. I don't really remember Digimon. I remember watching it, but I didn't really. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
He's basically like the Pikachu of the series. Don't worry. Until you get later on, but he's basically the Pikachu.
Right.
He's essentially
the
Pikachu.
Yeah. Anyone else got any more BS?
This is our Pikachu.
Oh man! Now he's showing his face. All right, so
I put food on my shoulder, so he'll come out.
Okay. Clean up after him, okay?
He is really messy. He's only like this big.
Well, we can see from behind you. We can
It's easy to hide him all the time. That's why I was like walking really weird in the beginning. Like I was very stiff. If you guys didn't know.
Okay.
He's eating your shoulder.
Next week,
Dude, right there.
Next podcast, Jerry's gonna have some different creature, and someone else.
You gotta have. I mean, you could bring your cat or your dog. I don't. Well,
like I used to have Sophie on here.
You had Sophie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody does anyone have any more BS? All right, so okay, we're moving on. So the topic we're going to be talking about now is Helluva Boss episode 6, Truth Seekers. And Jerry, you're going to take this one away.
Oh, okay.
All right. So before I delve into it, I'm going to give a little bit of background. Helluva Boss is a sub-series created by the channel Fizzy Pop, who has done all of their animation, editing, production, all through crowdfunding. So the whole thing is purely funded by views and merchandise that they sell. So if you want to support the series, go buy some shit, please. I enjoy this a lot. So in this episode of Helluva Boss, episode 6, Truth Seekers, we see the IMP, which is Immediate Murder Professionals, aka IMP, which the red characters are their imps. They are running away and being targeted by two human beings who are trying to prove the existence of devils, otherworldly beings, so on and so forth, like a bunch of tin-foil wearing idiots. And for some odd reason, they managed to get Blitzo and Moxxie and capture them by tasing them and tranquilizing them.
Always silent, mister.
No, it's Blitzo.
All right,
and so they're captured and very poorly interrogated because they're asking them, "What are you? Where did you come from? Why are you killing people?" And they're just fucking with them. They're like, where's our coffee? Where's my phone call? Just real basic asshole shit to do to people. And so the secret agents eventually get tired of it. And so they're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put the truth gas on them. And so it's this green gas that looks like Scarecrow's fear toxin. And all of a sudden, these two start having a heart-to-heart moment before they go into a deep hallucinogenic euphoria, dysphoria, trance, I guess is the proper word. And so Moxie, who is the shorter imp, who is voiced by, I can't think of the dude's name, but he voices Invader Zim from the show Invader Zim.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
His hallucination is a musical theme in which he's talking to Blitz about, why are you always so mean to me when, I try my best. And, Blitz is just telling him, the hallucination is telling him, I do it because I want to push you to be better, do better, and be more, show more of your expressions and what you can do to showcase yourself. While Blitz, on the other hand, he's having a bad trip because he's in his old clown uniform from when he's working at the circus. Moxie is essentially yelling at him, saying, everything bad that happens is always your fault because you don't plan ahead, you do things sporadically and in the moment. And then you see other figures from Blitzo's past and present, I guess you could say. And, one of them is his brother. Can't think of his name. The clown, the other clown.
Oh, there's a lot of more information about that. It's actually not his brother.
He's his brother today.
Okay.
His brother's essentially telling him, you've been a fuck up ever since you did your solo act, and you will not amount to shit. And then after that, we see Blitzo's sugar daddy, Stolas, who is this owl creature, and a grand staircase appears, and Blitz is, imagining himself cuffed in handcuffs and a leash and collar, being pulled by Stolas, saying, you always push people away but you always want them closer to you, and you want intimacy, and affection and love, but you just don't know how to give it and reciprocate it because all he knows how to do is just be a dick. And then, after while they're in their hallucination, the ladies of the imp crew, Millie and Luna, they come back. They're saving them. They are on a fucking killing spree, which is badass. Yes. And so, on their way to rescue the boys, Moxie and Blitz have a heart-to-heart, and they just tell each other, even though we have a very rocky and shaky relationship, I do appreciate everything you do. Even through all your fuck-ups and all of the hard times, you still find a way to encourage and push me to do better, or you give me the strength and the support I need to see things through. And then in come the girls, and it's like the scene from Kingsman in the church where everybody's just killing each other. Like there's just blood, guns, axes, knives. There's a rocket launcher labeled my dick, and the missile is labeled Pussy Destroyer. Please don't censor me, YouTube. We should probably 18 it up, restrict this. And
people say worse.
And then, as they're about to leave, the two secret agents, I think they're called like Secret Agent 1 and 2 or whatever.
And they are. They literally are.
Yeah, they are. They hit the red button and these iron gates just fall. The room goes dark. They can't use the spell book to leave. And they're just like, well, fucked. We've been caught. We've been had. Stolas is going to be pissed off. And right as they are about to be, recaptured and interrogated again, things just start going real haunted house. TV comes on, starts flickering, dead bodies start rising, people start speaking in tongues, and a pentagram is drawn, and Stolas rises from Agent 2's body in a very demonic shadow state, and he's like, "What's wrong? You wanted to see a real demon, a real devil? Well, here I am. What are you gonna do, you little bitch boy?" And he essentially just scares the shit out of them, and he saves the day from. He saves the imps from being recaptured and losing his magic spell book, which there's still not a lot of information of, because Stolas is some kind of royalty, which also hasn't been explained just yet. I think it's coming up in maybe part 2 of the season finale.
Maybe, but I've been watching so many videos of like this one guy's connected to Fizzy Pop, and he actually has a few podcasts with them, and they talk more about the princes of hell. And
send me that.
What I will send you all of his little links. He has a bunch of links of just talking about everything.
And then, at the very end, Moxie, Millie and Moxie, who are married, they're walking through the portal, holding hands, kissing. Stolas asks Blitzo, I did just save you. Am I going to get any kind of reward? And he's like, you did kind of save us. And he's like, okay, I'll fuck your brains out. And then he tells him, but you're not going to, look at me or do anything, or I'm going to get the bear traps. And you just see him just kind of, shudder with excitement. And then they start kissing and making out. And then agents 1 and 2 are like, well, what are we going to do now? And agent 1 is like, what do you mean? We got all the proof we need. We are about to blow the roof off of all of this bullshit.
Yeah, that's basically in a nutshell. That is basically in a nutshell. And I'm hoping those 2 characters come back in season 2. Before I really want to jump to Josh's reaction to this whole show, but Jerry, they do podcasts of the cast before they do live signings on Streamly. The newest podcast I haven't finished yet. They did announce season 2 is already greenlit. So let's keep fighting. Or work with us at least.
Please animate us.
Yeah,
make me look like Moxie.
Make us shorts. Oh God.
Oh, before I leave off,
you want to be
this
Moxie?
show is only roughly a year old, and they already had a very big name as far as celebrities work with them in the previous episode, in episode 5, which was Norman Reedus.
Yes, they did.
I just wanted to throw that in there before I forgot. Crispy, take it away.
So Josh, what did you think? Because I know what me and Jerry think of this. What do you think of this show?
Okay, do you want me to be honest?
Yes, be honest.
Rip them out.
Okay. All right, animation was great. I like the animation a lot. The designs are interesting. You know what? I was rooting for the FBI agents the whole time because the demons were gross. I didn't like them. I didn't understand their character because I was like thrown in the middle of the episode. I thought they were just like gratuitous, just to be gratuitous. They were talking about like butt plugs or being pegged in the butt.
Yeah,
and I was like, what the fuck? Why am I watching? I was like, why did Matt make me watch this? Why am I watching this? And then they're like, they're like making out like Jerry was saying, but it was like disgusting. And I was like, I really want to turn this off. And it was over. I was like, oh, okay, good.
Wow. Ouch.
The animation was cool.
Wow.
They swore a lot. I get it. It's like, it's for adults, but like it felt more. It was like this show feels like it's more for like 11 to 16-year-olds. Like if I was like 11 years old, this would be awesome. I go like, yeah, they're swearing, they're talking about sex, they said fuck. Then I go like, oh, I just found out what that word is for the first time. But since I'm not 11 or 16, I don't know. It just seems like they're just they're just being overzealous with the whole sexuality and the whole just the profanity just for profanity's sake. It didn't really seem like it served any purpose. It was just gross just to be gross. I like the animation. I like the FBI characters. I like the voice acting. They were good. The murders were cool. I didn't know any of their names. They the psychedelic stuff was kind of interesting, but like I'm not like, I don't know. I can't just get into like, oh, they're tripping, that's cool. You know, it has to, I don't know. It has to like actually serve something for it to be cool to me. And I guess it was like, if I knew these characters, maybe it would mean more to me. But since I'm just thrown into this episode, episode 6, I didn't know their characters. So like them like being truthful with their truth serum didn't really mean much to me because I didn't know anything about them. But I like the animation. I give the animation a 10 out of 10. Especially for YouTube. The writing, I would.
I was hoping that you would start, like, I was hoping for you to be like, oh, this is really neat. I'm not understanding it yet. All right, I'll backtrack a little bit to see how it goes. Meanwhile, like, their episodes are like 20 minutes long. It's not hard to watch them.
No. It's not. But
there's only 6 of them.
I was only required to watch this one episode, and I did my requirement.
No. You did the task. I'm not gonna lie, you did the task.
I did that.
But I was hoping you would just be like, all right, this looks a little interesting.
It didn't make me. Okay.
Let me go back a little bit. Let me see. There's only a few episodes. It's not hard to do. It's not like Matt's asking episode 20, you bitch.
So you didn't ask me to do that. You just asked me to watch episode 6. That's all you asked me. So I was like, all right, I did my homework.
I know. You did the task. I'm not gonna lie. You did the task, but you know,
I did that.
I mean,
I'll give it this. It did make me at least interested in watching another episode to give it a chance. But after this, it just like did not win me over. It didn't like this wasn't like I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I want to watch more. I was like, the animation's neat. Maybe I'll watch it.
Me and Jerry. Just work with us. Just talk to us. We're fans.
No. I like the animation a lot. I think
you like fucked up already by disrespecting the characters.
I think the audience for this, especially, is like 11 to 16-year-olds who like Hot Topic a lot. That's what I got out of this. I was like, this is their demographic. That's like man. I felt like I was in the demographic. I just feel like I was in Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom. He just fucking ripped my fucking heart out. To be honest, I was watching this. I was like, is Matt gonna expect me to like this? I was like, there's no way. Just hoping a little bit. Just a little bit. I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. I would. I'll watch. No. I'll watch another episode. I'll watch another episode for next podcast. I'll watch episode 1. But you didn't recommend episode 1. You recommended episode 6. And then once they're talking about like being railed by their significant other and the ass, I was like, hey man, that's what Blitz wants to know by Moxie. So you asked the questions. They lost me. That's where I was lost. I was like, I'm done. I tapped out. Okay. I was really, when I was watching it the whole time, I was like, what is Matt thinking I'm going to think of this? Because that's what I was thinking the whole time. I had a little bit of like that much. I think the animation's amazing. I think the animation's amazing. I think the voice acting's really good. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Okay, just cut short. Ouch. So there goes our chances of working with Fizzy Pop. No, I'll work
Fizzy Pop, we will still work with you. Please work with us
too.
Yeah. No, I like the aesthetic. I like this stuff. It just, yeah.
So, Matt,
I
how
feel
did
like
you feel about this episode?
I
yeah,
absolutely
Matt.
love it because it's fucking great. I don't know. With me, I like the everything. I like the whole tripping aspect of like because they actually you get to see what's going on with like both sides of like the characters, and it's just like a weird, like it's a breaking point in the season. If we do to us that have watched the series long enough, you get to see that maybe there's gonna be promising character development down the road more. And the latest episode, we just got a little bit more groundbreaking information. So, and we're gonna be really depressed, maybe. But we're waiting for episode 8. But it's gonna be not what we. It's gonna be Jerry. I don't want episode 8 to come out yet.
It's gonna hurt.
It is going to hurt because I hear so many more rumors about it. But back to 6, it's like it helps like show off like these characters do have a good side than just a bad side. Well, Moxie's always has a good side. He's always the one that's always contemplating with which side he wants to be on whenever he does any kind of like sort of mission or job or task he has to do. Like the first episode was a little more difficult for him, but he grew to enjoy it more. But and like Josh said, the animation's amazing. I love the characters. The characters are pretty awesome. And it finds out I looked more like I said I became a fan of this, so I kept reading like not reading, watching other YouTube videos and the podcasts. Finds out Moxie and Blitz stole us. They were already kind of made up before Helluva Boss was actually a thing. So that actually makes it pretty dope because if you guys have watched, well, Jerry probably has watched, Josh probably hasn't watched. There has been hotel, was it pilot they dropped that's 30 minutes, about 30 minutes long. That shows sort of the characters in like the episode, like about like 5 seconds within each thing. They just get a little glimpse of them. But this was planned since the beginning, wasn't just thrown out. So it was supposed to be a spin-off. It has been actually kicked off, but it didn't kick off properly. So there's like a lot of information that's out there that Fizzy Pop has talked about on other podcasts or other kind of news medias that she talked on. That's pretty dope though. So Jerry, what do you think of the show, the episode?
For me, there's a lot of ups that I like about this, considering that all of this is done, number one, on YouTube, which we all know is a can of worms going into for, various reasons. But also the fact that, they got the voice of Invader Zim to come on an extremely adult, project. And they also pulled another. He's not a very big. I'm not going to say very big. He's well known if you are into, like the weird stuff on YouTube or the stuff that's very unusual. Brendan Rogers, who voices Blitzo, they pulled him in.
That.
Oh, you got a spoiler for that?
I know I got stories for that, but continue.
Oh, and it, for me, as when I watched the, Has Been Hotel pilot, Helluva Boss pilot, and then everything up to current, I'm like, this is Disney, Disney-esque animation, but more on the darker side of it. Because it's, it's cool having, a couple of sex jokes here, a couple of, murder, get decapitated fight scenes here. And, while I like a lot of that, sometimes I enjoy the sex stuff. Unless it's fucking Hellraiser, then that's just god awful.
Oh my god, yeah.
But this is like, once you get past the surface of it, and you really see that some of these characters have, deep, rooted, like just mental, troubles for as far as, Moxie's, he's not quiet and shy, but, when it comes to a very important, like voicing moment, like to speak out, like we shouldn't do this because I think it's going to backfire, he'll withdraw himself. And it's the same with Blitz, when it comes to trying to not even find romance, but keep a friendship, because he's so hard on Moxie that he belittles him a lot. He always, pokes fun of his, happy life and happy wife with Millie. He, he has his adopted daughter, the Hellhound Luna. He, shows affection for her, but she really, it's seen like, I don't really care for you, even though you adopted me. And even to his obvious, intimate romance with Stolas, me and Crispy have seen the next episode after this. And, it's very obvious that he has some very deep, like, trusting and bonding issues that get touched on here. That
the newest episode is just beats the shit out of Blitz. Literally just, like, ruins his fucking life.
It's really sad. Because he just gets knocked down to like a deep, like almost depression. Because he just, it's obvious Blitz wants to have, a happy romance. But for some reason that, hasn't, unless Crispy knows it, then I don't know it. He just can't be happy with people unless it's belittling and whatnot.
The thing is, yes and no. I know some, but not all, because the people that I've been watching, they're more like some of the things they talk about is like kind of like, hey, Blitz had a hard pass, but they don't know what actually happened to him. So it's gonna hopefully come down later on. Dennis, is that a bird?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is a bird.
That is a stuffed bird. It is not real.
It's a fake bird. Here, I'll show you it.
It just moves.
Let me find it. All right, keep talking.
So backtracking to Invader Zim. His first name is Richard. I can't pronounce. When the hell did you get a bird, dude? He got it a week ago.
This is it. It's fake. It's fake. It's pretend. It's not real.
It just comes on the back of that.
It's a fake bird. This has been fake the whole time,
Stop
guys.
teasing Dennis.
I teased you. I tricked you.
Oh God. So yeah, back to talking about how they got the voice actor for Invader Zim. He was supposed to be. They got lucky with him because he ended up getting like asked to help coach and like basically like kind of like direct them in the voice acting and do that. He ended up like looking at the script and he ended up enjoying what they wrote and liked the character Moxie. So he ended up just jumping on board and he just loved everything since. Actually, I found like they have podcasts, like I stated, they have podcasts every time they do a live signing on Streamly. And then he talks, he wants. It's not the whole cast, it's here and there cast that they can get at the time. So like it's just so they keep the original, like the main cast members, but they add in some additional cast members that they had in like the episodes that they discuss on the podcast. So even last episode,
the podcast name, podcast with the whole cast. That's a good name.
Oh,
come on,
that is
I'm
good.
Throwing them out for free. If you use that name, tag us. And
tag us so we can get money.
Yeah,
I mean, tag us so we can do a future collaboration.
Yeah, for real. Podcast.
And what was his name? I always forget. Why do I always forget his name?
The actor's
is it
name?
Brandon?
Brendan Rogers.
Brandon Rogers. He ended up just collabing with her and helping. He ended up meeting up with her and collabing with her. This is actually his first time voice acting. So he's never really he never voice acted until now. Supposedly he said on the podcast. So he ended up collabing with her down the road after she had like character designs and here and there story. But he helped write helped write every episode and all that other junk that they needed to progress with the story. So it's kind of neat. They all met basically right before COVID.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they all kind of like met like about I think a few months before COVID happening. The wife of Stella, she literally met her literally like a week, like 2 weeks before. Like the voice actress met the Fizzy Pop like 2 weeks before it went into COVID. Oh my God! Stop. Bastard. A little bastard on your shoulder. Dennis, stop focusing on the bird. It's fake.
The bird is not real.
It's a figment of imagination.
All right, sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to do
It's
that.
fine. No, but Jerry, I will send you all the information that like later today or tomorrow that I've been watching.
Okay, the thing I wanted. Wait. Go. Oh, sorry.
No, you got something else. I was gonna ask for ratings, but here you go.
Oh, wait. Well, the thing I wanted to say is during like Moxie's musical, it seemed like the animation was like way better at that point. It seemed like it was like Disney-fied, and like the animation seemed a little more fluid during that segment. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It just seemed like a little more.
I did notice that too.
Dennis, the bird is not real.
Dennis.
No one is saw that. Yeah, you saw this. It's not real. What are you talking about?
Oh man.
Yeah. I think I like the idea of the show better. Like on paper, I guess. I just like how it's like showcased on YouTube. I think I like that the best. I think that's my favorite aspect of the show. It's just like it's like almost an independent creator. And they got this whole ensemble cast, and they're making their vision without the scrutiny of being under another company, and I think that's very admirable. I think I like that aspect more. That it's just like some guy on YouTube just making whatever he wants.
The creator actually has been. She's actually a fan of the like musicals, so like she likes doing the musical stuff. So
it's a girl?
It's her. Her name's
Vivian something.
Yes.
Fizzy Pop, please forgive us for forgetting your name, oh glorious future sponsor. We know your name is Vivian. Vivian, please tell us your last name.
That's her. Vivian.
It's like a spirit.
Medrano. MEDRANO. I don't know.
Miss Vivian.
Yes.
Fizzy Pop. No, she actually enjoys musicals and all that stuff. Like she had prior to the Has-Been, she had musical number set up, and supposedly shit hit the fan with that one because someone basically robbed her of her money of producing it. Yeah, so it was kind of fucked. So no. No, it's just like in general, like trusting people to make things happen. So shit happens, and you're trying to, produce things. But she ended up trying to do the Has-Been thing. Well, she has another show. I haven't watched yet. But it's just like feels like it's just a bunch of furries, but Dennis furries.
Yeah, Dennis.
But Dennis loves
furry.
furries. Yes, he did.
You can see Dennis's interview of furries on our YouTube channel.
Yes, you can.
Hudson Valley Comic Con number something. I don't remember. You can find it. All right, go ahead.
Yes, so she made Has Been Hotel to be the musical number that she was thinking of, but that didn't lift off properly. So Helluva Boss is serving the purpose at the moment. So that's a pretty neat thing that that's why we get a lot of musical numbers. I say my favorite now is definitely episode 7's. Because it gives you the Nightmare Before Christmas feel to it.
Very true. I agree with that.
With the voice actors is like Oogie Boogie basically voicing with with Jack Skeleton or like
they got Danny Elfman.
No, they didn't. They did not. That's just the way they sing, and then the voice actors for the characters. They all pretty much sound like it's
when you
just
hear
meant
it,
to
it makes
be
you
in
think
it.
of them.
Yeah, it has a fitting role in it. And it's basically like if you meet like Jack Skeleton fighting, like when he meets Oogie Boogie and they're doing the whole like conversating with like each other and when they're like saving Santa Claus. It's basically like that with Moxie and this newer character you get to meet in 7 called Ozzy. His name's Osmosis.
Osmosis Jones.
Modius, thank you.
He's the demon of lust.
Yes.
Oh no.
Well, no, they just go to a restaurant that's has this live like music. There's nothing bad happening in the restaurant.
I don't.
Other than they hate other than Osmosis. Jerry, help me.
Osmosis Jones.
Damn it!
Damn it! Osmodius. He does not like that Moxie is singing about love, but not putting all of his effort in it because he's doing the lovey-dovey little thing. He wants more into the song, like more like
he wants more sexual innuendos and sex.
More soul.
I don't.
Yes.
Oh no. I wanted less of that.
But anyway, I think we talked enough about this. But what's your ratings on this, Joe? I know, Josh. I know it's gonna be fucking low.
So I'll go last.
Yeah, Jerry, what's your rating?
Wait, me or Josh?
Jerry, go because Josh said I could go last.
You want me to go? I can go.
No, you said you go last, so Jerry.
I'll go
last.
I'll do my final thoughts and rating. I do agree with Josh. While I am a fan of this, I do like the thought and the planning on paper. Just because watching this, it reminds me a lot of current Robot Chicken. It's it's
stop fighting. Don't feed him anymore. Stop it.
I do think, though, for an amateur project to be, solely crowdfunded and have, good animation, a well-known name in YouTube and a well-known voice actor from, most people's childhood, I think that does speak to the potential that it can do, given, they gotta, it's their first time doing this. So, they're gonna make some bumps and mistakes. And I think season 1, they're just kind of trying to find their footing. And I feel that, season 2 and each episode in the future will only get better and better. Maybe less of the sexual innuendos because, they're cool. But I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ. Like sometimes it's a little overwhelming. And it's, I'm hopeful that it's going to give some more texture and flavor to all the characters, outside of, Moxie, Millie, Blitzo, Luna, and Stolas. I hope they bring in, more reoccurring characters, more, interesting themes. fitting of each. I definitely would recommend this if you want to get into something that's completely unfiltered. It's you see what you get. They put it in the disclaimer. There is drug use, sex. They had an episode dedicated to fucking with a bunch of succubus, and I really think that once they get more off the ground and get better funding, the vision that the creator has can come to fruition. Because I know there's no way it's just penis jokes, serious undertones of, like romance and, existential crisis, and amongst other things. And for my rating, I'm going to give this a good 9. The animation to me is very excellent. You can't discredit it. I've watched it from the beginning to current, so I am a little more on the biased. I love that it has the voice of Invader Zim because I love Invader Zim. And I think in the future, it could bump up to a 10 for me.
Dennis says I need a succubus. I think that's the last thing you need. I think that's the very last thing you want.
Dennis, a succubus will kill you.
Yes, he will, or he.
She.
An incubus is a man.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Shit right. Why?
I never knew.
Matt? I mean,
I never knew.
I didn't know either.
Never knew.
I made the same mistake.
Never knew. I thought it just swings the name, just swings for either gender. But okay.
Crispy, what are your final thoughts and review?
I'm with you 100% with this, but I know for a fact that her mindset was more going down this road of this filthy fucking everything. I'm sorry. It's in the podcast. You gotta watch them. But she likes going down this route. I think she will possibility break away from the idea of all of this a little bit to build more character. But as she said, she was imagining with this one as making it more filthy. A little what is Dennis saying here? A little sus man. Well, what, the bird or the show?
I think a succubus. I think that's what he's talking about.
Never know until you try it, Dennis.
Dennis, we need you on the podcast at some point. You should come on if you have a computer that works. But anyway, go ahead, man.
It seems like he does, maybe. Like it could be fun, but it could be his laptop. But yeah, I actually I joined this very late. I was like, this for me. I found this in October. When I was finding a bunch of this on Instagram, everyone's been posting things. I'm like, this is pretty funny. This is hilarious. All of these lines are pretty great. I'm not gonna lie, but where do I find this? I'm finding on YouTube is pretty easy. Then watch the whole damn thing. That's how it is.
How many episodes are there? How many episodes?
Right now,
7. It's just 7 episodes.
Are they still on the first season or the first season over?
First season.
The first season is ending, but they put episodes kind of out whenever they have them ready. Because the episode before this was 2-3 months ago?
2 months, yeah.
How many episodes do they have until it's a season? 10? Is that what they're going for?
I think it's going to be 8. Well, just for the first season, there's no telling.
Yeah, so they're they stated that greenlit for season 2, so hopefully that one be expand more and do that COVID. They did this all in COVID. It's kind of amazing because they just got everybody into certain studios to record and all that other junk. It was more them working against COVID to make this actually happen. So that's what basically prolonged every episode to come out. That was that's kind of the cool thing about it. They actually didn't stop. They just kept going. But I'm I'm a little biased with this show. But But I do love like everything about the music. I enjoy the musicals. I am a somewhat. I can't name you a million like musicals, but if I watch a movie that has a musical number or something in it, no, I never watched High School Musical, so fuck all you guys are gonna say that.
It's
but
cancer.
Why would you?
I love when a movie has a decent musical segment to it, or has
Don't even
some.
count High School Musical.
No, so like that, but I know where people are gonna go, and I knew where maybe one of you would be like.
I hate High
Oh.
School Musical.
That would have been the last thing I would have mentioned, to be honest.
That is basically my kind of like my secret thing when I watch movies. Like I love when a musical comes in. So every episode, basically with this show, like has almost a musical number thing. So when I was watching this, I love that whole musical setup because it just I just enjoy it. You get the visual arts that's going with it. I like the switch ups of the voice actors singing in it. I enjoy it all. So I'm with Jerry. I'm at a 9. So like a lot of this like additional stuff that like voice acting, animation, actually making a decent song that's fucked up and like perverted, and help and showing a light to each character in the sorts makes it a way. Get classy. What?
Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom of Opera. Get classy. What?
There's many Phantoms of the Opera, so
True.
I don't know which one to watch.
Do you mean the one with the guy with the gross face?
Yes.
Phantom of the Megaplex? What the fuck is that?
Isn't that a Disney movie?
That was fucking awesome. That's so stupid, but yes. It's really it's Phantom of Opera mixed with freaking just at a movie theater. That's literally
I was going to say that's about a dude in a movie theater.
Yeah, and he's like not trying to get his movie theater killed or whatever that Disney shit was. No, you're right. No, Dennis, you're right. You're right.
Oh. I seen one Phantom of the Opera. It was by the Hammer Films, and that one was weird as fuck, but it was awesome because it was so weird. That's why I liked it. I seen one where it was like a musical, and it was from the early 2000s, late 90s, and it was awful. And my girlfriend really liked it, and I was shitting on the movie the whole time watching it. And then she was like, "Now I can't watch this movie because it's awful to me now because you ruined it for me." And now she can't watch it.
She also doesn't need to ever grill watermelon again.
No, because that was that was a horrid idea, and I knew it would be horrid, and no one listened to my suggestion. And we still ate it, and they put salt on it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?
Why?
Like fucking shitty corn." It was Matt. Matt was the only one who like might have listened to my suggestion. Like, yeah, that's just
I knew where this was going, but I had to look it up. And the facts was that she was missing. Before we go to the next topic, and Josh's rating, she did not. She did not read the description properly of what the grilled watermelon is supposed to be meant for. And it's supposed to be grilled on like each side for about 5 seconds, slightly warmed and a little bit charred, and just put with ice cream. It was supposed to be put with ice cream. So it was supposed to melt the ice cream, but at the same time, when you pick up the ice cream, you get a sugary flavor that helps increase the watermelon taste while it's warm. But no, we ate it fucking warm, and everyone was adding, like Josh was saying, salt and shit to it to make it taste better. It doesn't work. I know people that eat watermelon with salt on it. They enjoy it. It's supposed to make the flavor come out and the water come out of it too. I don't know. I never eat the salt.
To raise your fucking blood pressure.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to my grandfather.
I got really angry. I didn't like it at all. I was the only one who was speaking truth before it even happened, and then it turned out to be true.
The only thing I'll do with watermelon is if I buy it pre-sliced and it's not sweet, I'll get a little bit of Splenda just to put on top, leave it for a couple of days, come back, and it'll be good and sweet. That's the only thing I do, but it has to be unsweet watermelon.
I never done that. Wait, so what do you do?
So like, if you've had unsweet watermelon, right? Like
I
it's,
said water.
it's kind
I
of
don't
sweet,
know.
but not really.
Like the end piece.
No, it'll be like
It's like premature. It hasn't got there yet.
It hasn't gotten to the sweet part.
Oh, I thought Matt said pre-chewed.
No, it's premature. It hasn't got to the sweet zone, buddy.
Because
Okay,
when I was
then you
still living
wait a
with
little-
my mom,
yeah.
like she would buy like whole watermelons because she knows I love watermelon. And so it'd be like, sometimes you'd get one that's not sweet. So what we would do, we would get like a big Tupperware thing. We scoop all the guts out. And then, at the bottom, we would put, just a little bit of Splenda, not a whole lot, like maybe a pack, like one of the like coffee packs. That's like fucking
little square. Yeah.
Like, it's fucking that big. We'd leave it for about 3-4 days, come back, boom. It is perfectly sweet watermelon.
I've never done that.
Now we gotta try this.
I don't have the wisdom to do that, but now I do.
You can only do it with one
Viagra out of watermelon. What?
Dennis, why would you use Viagra?
We are sponsored by Blue Chew, the gum that keeps you going.
Oh my god.
No, we're not sponsored. But I just want to do that again.
To play with it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your Broadway experience with the ungrateful purser, but at least you saw a great play.
Yeah.
Music is the gift I give to you.
Yeah.
That's it, right? That's it.
Dennis, I'll go with you next time. I haven't seen it. I would like to see it. So next time, when New York is normal, I'll go. The city, I mean.
Yep. Just saying.
Oh, do I have to rate this? Do I actually have to?
You do have to rate this. You do have to rate this.
Okay.
I'm ready for you to actually disconnect.
All right. Since it's not going to be nice, I'll give this a 6.
Be truthful.
I'm going to give it a 6 because the animation and just that it's broadcasted on YouTube and it's an independent creator. Normally, I'd probably just give it a 5 just for the animation itself. But I'll give it a 6. I'll watch the first episode by next podcast, and I'll let you know if I warm up to the series or not. But
there's a pilot you can watch too. At the same.
What the fuck's the difference? What's the difference between episode 1 episode and a pilot? What the fuck?
It's something else for you to watch.
Give it 6 birds out of 10. It doesn't even deserve 1 bird. So, you mean this one? This bird?
What bird, Dennis? We don't have a bird anymore. Josh, where's the bird? There he is. There's
the bird.
Dennis, stop thinking there's a bird. All right, so let's move on to the next segment then.
Are we done?
Josh,
what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
No, nothing. There's Dennis Bird thing.
Okay. All right.
All right. So the next segment is the silver bullet. I'm gonna have Josh take this one away.
Okay, I was so sure you're gonna give me the other thing. I was like, I'm so sure.
Oh no!
Quit gaslighting me. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Dennis. There's no bird here. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, Silver Bullet, 1985, is about a paralytic boy who is convinced. Paraplegic? I can't even speak right now. A kid who can't walk. He's in a wheelchair. Okay?
Handicapped boy.
A handicapped kid. His name is Marty. I'm looking at it now. Is this true, Matt? His last name is Coleslaw. is that real, or is this fake? Why is his last name Coleslaw?
I don't remember his last name being Coleslaw.
So Marty, this paraplegic. Why can't I pronounce that? Anyway,
Dennis is confusing with the bird.
Okay. So Marty, this handicapped boy who rides a wheelchair that's named the Silver Bullet, which is pretty clever. I like how they did that. It's like the name of his go-kart wheelchair thing. Basically, he's trying to convince the whole town, including especially his uncle, that these murders that are occurring throughout the town of, what town is this? Whatever, some small town, probably in Maine, because every Stephen King story takes place in Maine.
It's true.
So some town in Maine, that all these murders that are occurring within the small town is being occurred by a werewolf. And he's trying to convince everyone throughout the town. He first convinces, you should have a beer. First, he convinces his sister, and she just believes it right away. She's like, yes, Marty, you're right. I'm going to go around selling these cans. Well, not selling these cans. She's getting donations of cans for a can drive to donate to whatever cause. And then the can drive ends up to being run by the person who's the werewolf, and that's the movie. I have a few questions about this movie, but yeah, it's a fun romp. It's a fun movie. I liked it. So Matt,
what
was the original book title called? What's
the book title? I actually looked it up just now to make sure we got the right name. The Cycle of the Werewolf. The Cycle.
So that's a Stephen King book. Cycle of the Werewolf?
Yes.
When did that come out? When did the book come out? Because this came out in 1985.
So it came out, I would say, around... So the hardcover copy came out in 1983.
Oh, okay. So
and then the mass marketing trade paperback went out in 1985. So literally the same year the paperback went to, it came out at the same time the movie came out.
Okay.
But it is a, what's it called? Comic book. It was featured illustration. Actually, this book had illustrations in it at the same time. So
show me one. Do you have one?
I do not. No, I do not have one on my phone. So let's see. Let's see if I can look it up on the thing. Keep continuing if you have anything else to say about it.
So it stars Gary Busey, who plays the uncle. Everett McGill and Corey Haim. I guess Corey Haim is also in The Lost Boys. He plays the character Marty within this the Silver Bullet movie. Also, I didn't really understand the narration, so it starts out with a narration by the sister. I guess her name is Jane.
Yes.
So it starts out with Jane's narration, and it seemed like where it took place seemed like it was current year of that time, so it looked like it was 1985. So I was kind of lost, like, what time period is this supposed to be? I think they might have mentioned it was the 70s, but I'm not sure. But it looked like it was just filmed like it took place right in the 80s. So I don't know if you have any clarification for that, but I didn't really understand the narration or why it was even needed. And yeah, why was there narration? Because I don't even think
narration.
It was necessary.
I agree with Josh. The narration did kind of throw me off because I'm like, okay, like I appreciated it, but I'm like, this could have just been, like an internal monologue that she would have had.
I would like this.
It definitely seemed like it was past tense, like how she was telling the story, though, like throughout the movie.
I'm with you. I'm with both of you. Like with this, the narration thing. It feels like it shouldn't have been there. It should have just jumped right into the movie and just had it.
Yeah,
go.
I don't think it was.
But
really
the thing
needed.
is, like, I don't know how I never read the book, so if maybe that's how the book's being told, that the brother is when the sister's telling the story.
That works better for a book. Narration works way better for a book than a movie.
So I think they tried to adapt that to the movie, but they weren't 100% clear with the whole setup of it. But it's just, yeah, I kind of like if you left that out for the movie, it would have been fine. It would ease it up, but make it not feel like it's a TV movie. It kind of makes it feel like a TV movie.
It did, yeah.
But you wanted to see illustration from the book. I did find a panel on here.
Oh, am I sharing?
I'm sharing.
Right, it's coming.
Are you seeing it?
Oh, that looks awesome.
Ooh, that looks cool.
That looks better than the werewolf in the movie.
So that's the illustration that's inside the book that they have. And yeah, supposedly I've seen other, like, there's I think a few other things, but I don't know if they're 100% from the book because it's just flat out just like a picture. That's it. There's no additional, like, I like that photo better because it shows you the books attached to it than just scanned from the book. But yeah, it's a decent story for at least werewolf.
Yeah.
Jerry, what do you think about it?
I thought this was my first time in a long time watching an old Stephen King, like, book to film. I did enjoy this a lot. I'm not going to say I'm a Stephen King fan, but I do enjoy his work. And this was because my first movie I've ever watched from him was The Shining.
Okay.
And I enjoyed this a little bit more than The Shining, just because the dynamic of the brother and sister, they were, in the beginning, they were at odds. It's, older sister, younger brother, obviously he's a parallelogram, so he, can't walk. I'm not parallelogram. Jesus Christ. He's a paraplegic.
Paraplegic. I can't even say that word right. Matt, you try to say it. I want to hear Matt say it.
Oh my god!
Now
thanks to you guys.
Come on, try it. I want to hear you say it.
Relax.
No, Matt, you have to say it.
I know, but relax. Just relax, because you're just forcing me to say it. So I can fuck up.
But this was, I enjoyed all of it. Gary Busey played a very good, eccentric drunk uncle who, wins his nephew's affection through gifts. And, he treats him like a normal kid, and he doesn't treat him like he's differently abled, which I loved a whole lot. Because for me personally, I'm, like if somebody's got, three, two arms and one leg, or two legs and no arms, I'm going to treat them the exact same, because I don't personally believe in, oh, well, he does, he's got one fucking eye that works, so I got to treat him different. Like, I'm going to be cautious to make sure I stay, within his field of vision, but I'm not going to do anything to, make him feel, what's the word? Pitied, I guess is the right thing to say.
Right.
And, he told his sister, what are you doing? Me and my nephew, we're playing cards. We're having fun, back off. But it, the whole time, they're at odds, and she's telling him, there's no such thing. You're making this all up. And then she finally takes a chance to believe him because, even though he's not a shitty younger brother, he's more like annoying. She does take the chance, like, he's dead set on believing this. So I'm going to give him a chance. And she saw for herself, the werewolf in the human form was wearing the eye patch, when she was collecting all those fucking cans and bottles of whatever. And even even the townsfolk themselves, I enjoyed because it was less mob mentality and more of, there's obviously something happening and we need to help protect our community.
This thing with the bird has to end soon. It's getting old.
It's never gonna get.
But
it's gonna be an ongoing segment. All right, go ahead.
And looks like it.
Even when Gary Busey takes the silver from their pendants to turn it into a bullet.
I'm sorry.
The blacksmith or forge master, the dude who made the bullet, he was like,
yes,
this is my finest work. He knew that in his mind, like, this isn't for show. You're going to kill something that is obviously weak to silver. And, Gary Busey did take his time believing it until, like, wow, the werewolf came crashing through the fucking door.
Yes.
And then he was like, oh, fuck, Gary Busey. And he was getting tossed around and slung around and shit. And he's like, well, Jesus Christ, Marty, you were right. And it just, there was so many things I enjoyed about this. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy The Shining, any less than this. But this was like, it's family against supernatural being who's obviously going to come kill him. And the kid is crippled. And you don't even know why he's crippled. I'm curious about that. They never explained it.
They never stated that in the movie why he's crippled. We don't know why he's a paralegal at all. Yes.
Paralegic. I feel like there should be another A in there. Paralegic, but like that's too much to say.
But even excluding that, there's just I would watch this movie again, honestly. Like I enjoyed it that much. Like start to finish.
Watch it again.
It was I'm not gonna give my rating, but this is like boom. This was like refreshing.
That's crazy.
I still like The Shining a lot more, but this was a good follow-up.
I think The Shining is a way better film. Just Stanley Kubrick is like one of the greatest directors of all time. So like, I don't know. I can't say this is better than The Shining, but I do enjoy it. I feel like this is a good, like this is I wouldn't say cheesy, but it's a good like almost Saturday night kind of Halloween movie you can watch. Like I would watch it again like on television. Like it was on.
It was
TV,
like Jaws before Jaws.
This was after Jaws.
Stop hurting him.
This is 10 years after
Stop
Jaws.
Hurting Josh. Stop hurting Josh.
After
please,
Jaws.
stop.
What are you talking about?
Stop hurting him. I know where Jerry's going with this movie.
I was like, what are you talking about, Jerry?
And he wasn't bored. He just knew the Jaws, the little bird.
I had to bring the bird out of hiding.
We ended the thing with Dennis. No, I would like to say, like, yeah, with this movie, I watched this later in my, like, right around, like, middle school time because it was on AME would play it a bunch of times for Halloween and stuff. So it would just be on. Like, I kind of re-up this now, like, every 2 to 5 years. It's not, like, a year thing. I enjoy the whole, like, I enjoy the movie. Yeah, the narration kind of gets to you, like, with the way, like, it kind of, like, why is it kind of there? But
it's not super distracting, but it's just like why.
No, it's just it's a little pick, a little nitpick at it.
Yeah,
but like if it started off with like the sister like talking about start off like this like someone talking to the sister about a story, and it goes on like that way and something like that, it would kind of like pick up better. But like we don't know how the book because we never read the book or listened to the book. So we don't know how it went in the book. So they could have been adapting something from a book that didn't really fit with the movie, but whatever. But to me, I enjoyed how like it was. I like how the werewolf is the priest, so he is turning into an unholy monster that goes against all of his beliefs at the same time. And I love like the visual effects that deal with like him when he's in the church after the werewolf has claimed 4 victims at once from that stupid run in like the middle of the night because they just wanted like we're gonna kill that monster because they assume it's just a human that's being a serial killer just trying to kill fucking people. But no, they end up finding out it's the freaking werewolf that's killing everybody. And I had to love like the effects when they're like the priest is going through the ceremonies like let's go like it starts visualing everybody turning into a fucking werewolf. And I'm really impressed like to see everybody got like makeup that was in the audience. At least something.
I did enjoy that.
It wasn't and they're all doing the transformations. Yeah, and I was like, I love the effort they were putting into it. And I do have to say, one of my favorite deaths is probably the baseball bat part when the guy's like, "I'm gonna get you," and he's like fighting the fucking werewolf, and he ends up going into this what?
Peacemaker.
Yes,
that was a baseball.
Yes, it was, and he ends up beating the werewolf, and the werewolf ends up like flipping around, and then you just see the werewolf's arm just beating him the fucking head with the baseball bat.
That was absolutely hilarious. Because you see it is stiff, and he's like, ugh,
you got like these little corny parts, including there's some serious parts. Gary Busey's like always just Gary. We can't explain him other than Gary Busey. Like I want to know what their directions for Gary Busey was for this movie, other than try to act drunk, but at the same time try to be serious and be a heartwarming uncle, and pretend you're going through a divorce at the same time.
They told him do 2 lines of cocaine and don't worry about what comes after.
Oh no, because his mouth is constantly doing that weird fucking movement throughout the whole thing. He always has something weird grin, like weird something with his mouth that I've noticed. You can't get past the Gary Busey eye stare because that's just how he is 100%. He just has that setup. But I enjoy his character. He is like how Jerry said, he's always like he's against this whole werewolf thing until the freaking end when werewolf goes right through the wall. So just be Gary Busey pretty much. Yes, Dennis.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like how it gets to the end for him to realize, but I was hoping for like an outcome of this movie would be like Gary Busey's character really took a lot of damage and a lot of scratch marks and everything. So I was wondering, like, I was hoping, like, at one part, like, it was probably behind the scenes they hit a bite mark or something that it would be like he's the next werewolf, other than one-offing the werewolf and not passing the werewolf torch to another character or person down the road. Or we find out, like, another character that was attacked but wasn't killed, was bitten, and now is turning into the werewolf later on. But who knows?
I was also thinking that Gary Busey would turn into the werewolf from all those scratch and bite marks.
Yes, it feels like he would have, but like at the end of it, he was mostly damaged by scratches and furniture damage. But Josh, can you pronounce the name of the bird, please, for Dennis before we go?
Bird, yes. See, Jerry just said it. Tawodi. But anyway.
Tawodi. I said Tawodi. I was close.
You were close. You're better than I was going to pronounce it.
But yeah. So that's another little nitpick I have. So like he's being thrown around by by the werewolf. At the end of the film, and like he's being thrown around into like furniture, like Matt was saying, and then like meanwhile in the center of the film, like the whole town gathers up after what's his name, Marty's best friend gets murdered, and they're like, oh, yes, like the father's like, oh, he killed my son, and then they're all gathered around, and then they're obviously inside of a studio. It's definitely not the woods. They're definitely not outside. It's like the fakest woods forest I ever seen in my life, with the fog and everything. Yeah. And then like the werewolf kills like the whole town's group, like everyone, like within one swoop. Like you see that guy's like face, he gets like cut. His face gets like cut off in half, and then like all the like other townsfolk, they get murdered. And then like here comes Gary Busey at the end of the film. Like he's like fisticuffs. He has nothing. He has one silver bullet, which gets lost into the the cracks of the whatever. And
the thing you're missing is the fog. The fog was the main key to the werewolf.
Yes, but he still murdered everyone.
He was sharking around underneath the fog.
And then Gary Busey's up like fisticuffs, and like he just gets picked up and thrown around. Like that werewolf like ripped his head off at any moment, and it didn't. And then like it's like it's a nitpick, I guess, but like after seeing after seeing the werewolf killed like the half of the town at least, it just like I was like, okay, this is I like my disbelief, my level of disbelief was like kind of bantered at that point.
He was missing an eye at the end. He was handicapped.
Okay, again, that was another question.
He was handicapped.
That was another question I have. Why is he missing an eye? I thought the only way to harm a werewolf was with a silver bullet or silver anything. Why would a fucking bottle rocket penetrate his eyeball? There's no silver in that bottle rocket.
No, werewolves. No, werewolves.
Why did it penetrate his eyeball? Huh, man?
The thing is, like, okay, so we're okay. Calm down. So basically, with like all the lore with werewolves, is like more. It's lethal for the werewolf to die by a silver bullet or silver anything. If it can be shot or wounded. They can be shot and wounded, but not severely. It's like a graze, basically, by anything. It's not going to be like, so werewolf, including like a werewolf belief, kind of like, including the thing is, the werewolf thing is like, it kind of like breached out more, where a werewolf is kind of like more overpowered, but like, it's kind of like, back when it first started, it was more minimum to, just silver is basically going to kill it, but it can be hurt by other things. But it can basically just regenerate in a way. So I would say this attack has been happening within the last 2 days. Last 2 or 3 days. I don't know what killing rate for fucking werewolves are. So this one looks like it's slow as shit. So I was still progressing.
I don't know. I feel like silver anything is the only way it should be able to harm a werewolf. Like, if you're shooting bottle rockets at it, I feel like it shouldn't penetrate its eye socket. I feel like that's a rule. You should stay by your rule. And then the rules kind of get, like, grayed area. Did you mean to mute yourself, Matt, or is that...
Yeah, because my dog is barking in the background.
Oh, okay. All right, I was just
checking. You need to go outside, Scoob?
He is outside now.
Good to know Scooby's outside.
Oh, God.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, why are you outside? Matt,
Josh, that puppet looks amazing now. It's more lively than ever. You got animatronics in that thing?
I think Gary Busey would have made a better werewolf than the priest.
I was expecting Gary Busey to turn into the werewolf. I think it would have been very fitting. Like, oh, he's the drunk uncle. You know, he's always getting a divorce. He's, here, there, everywhere. Like, boom, make him a werewolf. Werewolf Gary Busey.
Well, if they continued on, like, if they did the spinoff like they did with Pet Sematary, they probably would got Gary Busey back, and they could have done a spinoff like that. have no contest to like none like nothing attached to any of the book source at all, and just go like ham with it like they did with Pet Cemetery too.
We don't talk about the remake of Pet Cemetery.
Well, it's not the remake; it's the second one.
I
Yeah, a second Pet Cemetery.
I thought you said remake.
No, the remake hurts me. That Pet Cemetery. What?
There was a remake.
There was a remake, but there's
like
a movie
year, right?
between.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about the remake. Ago, yeah. He's talking about Pet Cemetery.
The second one. Yeah.
Oh. What's the difference?
A lot.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna lie. I think this is probably one of my favorite earlier, kind of like trying to like put together like a movie from a book from one of Stephen King's books that wasn't like properly done, like The Shining. So I kind of like put this on top of like It in a way, and like all that. Like the TV movie was It. Then you had like the Pet Cemetery. It and the Pet Cemetery stay at the same level for me. Then it goes to Silver Bullet. Then it goes to The Shining. But I'm not counting anything that's newer because newer and everything. They just went crazy with the new It movie, so I'm not adding them.
I haven't seen the second one. The first.
You haven't seen the second movie? We saw the first one together, actually.
Yeah, the first one was good, and then I heard the second one was like kind of blah. So I didn't watch it.
They changed some things from the book, supposedly, and like here and there, but it was okay. It wasn't that bad. It was just
Dennis says
a little over the top.
He thinks Gary Busey is a werewolf in real life, and I agree.
Definitely.
Now.
Yeah, he's 100% werewolf.
I heard he's like one of the biggest assholes in Hollywood. I heard that.
I wouldn't put it past him the way he acts, but you know what? I don't know Gary Busey other than the movies.
I don't know him.
He plays an asshole role.
I can't confirm or yet deny that accusation.
True. Like, he's constantly playing these asshole roles, so...
The only thing I know Gary Busey from is the Amazon Fire Stick commercial. Find Gary Busey.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't he in, like, one of the...
He was in Predator 2.
I didn't watch Predator 2. Not all the way through, at least. And I was young when I watched it.
I thought he's in one of the Lethal Weapons.
He's in... I haven't seen him in... I haven't seen the Lethal Weapon movies. Well, I know he... No, he is
he's in the
Lethal
first
Weapon
one.
now.
He's in the first Lethal Weapon, which is a good movie.
Suppose I heard rumors that...
He plays Joshua in Lethal Weapon, which I
guess... There you go.
That sucks.
How you doing, Josh? Feel a little Busey?
I'm gonna play Gary Busey in a movie. See how he likes it.
Point Break. Dennis said Point Break, so he was in Point Break, the movie.
Oh, okay.
Is that a movie?
I don't know what that is.
I never watched Point Break.
Oh,
I thought
he plays Papas in Point Break. You know the famous character Papas? 1991?
Yeah.
Papas? You know Papas?
Sure.
We all know that.
I have him on my wall over there.
You know, Papas. Oh my god. Alright, Matt. Wrap this up.
Okay, so what's the rating with you guys?
I say Josh. Fuck, I fucked it up, damn it. I'm used to being on the end
now. I'll give it a 7. I'd watch it again. I wouldn't choose. What are you eating? I wouldn't
that damn puppet.
I would watch it. I would watch this again for Halloween. I wouldn't watch it off season. If it was on television, I would stop to watch it, but I don't know if I would really choose to watch it. It's good. You know, it's not great.
Jared, stop trying to merge your hand into the bird.
He's controlling the bird. So Woody is part of my finger.
Yeah. He's part bird. No, I mean it's good. It's like very cheese. It's like very cheesy, like a horror Halloween movie for me. It's not super cheese, but there's definitely cheese. So there's some cream filling.
It's borderline B movie.
Yeah,
Borderline.
I would definitely
it's on
give
the
it
cusp of being there.
I wouldn't say borderline. I'd say it is a B movie.
All right.
I do enjoy it.
Gary Busey's
There's just like some like questionable things for me, like when they're in the woods. Like it's obviously not the woods. It's obviously a studio set. I wish they shot in the woods. The priest character, I wish he was established more. Like I wish he had a little bit more of a backstory with his like arc of being a werewolf. You know, like I understand it's supposed to be like a surprise during the movie, but I wish there was like at least more subtle hints throughout the film. It's just kind of like pushed upon you, like I don't know, like after the middle half of the movie, you're like, oh yeah, he's the werewolf, and you're like, oh okay, I guess that works. But I wish there was like little subtle pieces throughout the film, and maybe on a second viewing I would see that, but I didn't really notice anything to really connect that for me. So yeah, I give it a 7.
Okay.
I think I agree a lot with what Josh said. I'm gonna follow behind him. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. For me, it's like he said, this is a very B movie. Kind of like how we said with Night of the Demons. I would play this at a Halloween party.
Yeah.
And just have it on in the background, and
yeah, I would put it on the
they
same
watch
level. Yeah, I would put it on the same level as Night of the Demons.
For me, the dynamic of brother and sister was my favorite part. Not even favorite part, my favorite thing the whole movie, because they're obviously at ends because like, oh, this is my little brother. He's always messing with me. He made me rip up my new pantyhose. And then you see like he's very like sorry, remorseful, like, oh, here's the money to get you some new stockings, whatever the fuck it was. I didn't really give a shit. And he just, the whole time
it was stockings, yeah.
It was stockings? Okay.
Yeah.
He was just being an everyday kid. Like nobody treated him different except that asshole dad calling him a cripple, saying he's gonna be on welfare and all that shit. I'm glad he died.
Yeah. That was like the one death I was rooting for. Like, yeah, fuck you.
Yes. Like even the little girl he had a crush on, she didn't treat him any different. She was like, thanks. She gave him a kiss on the cheek. The daughter, the sister Jane, she she was reluctant at first, but even she saw like, oh, this is serious, because she saw the Peacemaker bat and was like, okay, there's obviously something more going on here. So my brother's obviously telling the truth. And I enjoyed this more so because, this is, I guess you could technically say, the end of spooky season. We're in November, so this is like, we could wrap it up with
Really, Josh? Really?
I didn't know what would happen. I just clicked on it. I was like, oh. Well,
that's Jerry's look. That's the cane. That's his music. Just rate it, bitch.
I just want to
rate your Busey.
But people usually still play scary movies kind of still around this time in November. And I was like, this was a good way to, get into like mid-November, the week before Thanksgiving, with a B-grade, semi-scary Halloween movie. It might scare the piss out of you if you're a little kid, especially seeing the first dude's head just flying and spinning.
Yep.
But I would definitely recommend this and watch it again during like Halloween season. Of course, I couldn't. Yeah, this isn't one of those things I could watch like, oh, it's fucking St. Patrick's Day, let me watch Silver Bullet.
Right. Mm-hmm. I agree. I 100%.
Why wouldn't they? I know they do have a lot because
Yeah, Gary Busey plays a leprechaun.
Gary Busey is a real life leprechaun. If you all didn't know,
Really tall one. Lorenzo? Yes, Lorenzo.
Wait, so how many Gary Buseys do you give out of a 10? That's
How many Buseys?
7.5 Buseys.
So 7 and his bottom legs or his torso? Torso. Like.
Torso?
I'll give him torso. I'm going to give him upper half Busey.
I'll give him his legs. Well, I didn't say a half, but. I'd say 7 Gary Buseys. Matt, how many Gary Buseys do you give?
Okay, so with this movie, I enjoy it here and there. I enjoy B movies. They kind of have fun away. And just basically, me and my dad basically just watch these B movies and have a ball with them because they're just goofy at some points, or sometimes they try to be overly serious. And this one falls in the middle, and they're trying to get to the point. And they have the guide rules of following a book that they're trying hard enough to get to it. But I watched this movie since back in like I said, middle school. So I've seen this multiple times.
Cool. Okay.
So I have actual I have to say a lot of certain movies I've witnessed from A&E thanks to I'll just be at my Aunt Diana's watching these things because they like to put on whatever movie on there. So I would like to say due to I have that attached to this, I enjoy the special effects they added to it with everybody turning the werewolves. Certain here and there, I like the design, the design of him transforming into a werewolf, and you see the motions of him forming. But the werewolf outfit actually, the design of the werewolf could have been better. I can see.
Yeah, I think it
from looking at the picture, it kind of looks like a bear dog thing. It does not look like a werewolf, like what it should be. But it kind of got stuck in it was almost a plushie. But from seeing the picture, the drawing in the book, it looks like they were trying to go with that design, but they didn't execute it 100% well enough to make it more menacing looking. But whatever, what are you gonna do? But characters, I enjoy the characters. I was kind of happy that the parents weren't in it because they were kind of my annoying part of it.
They were
annoying because everything that the Marty would do, he couldn't do anything normal because he's paralyzed. He can't he's not a normal child. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so you're putting these restrictions on a child, like everybody's saying, that is actually able to function properly with his assistance of his wheelchair. God damn it, you and your animatronic. It's too real. Stop saying Lorenzo. So, to me, I'm going to rate this with a 7.5 Buseys. I'm with Jerry on it. Because it's not the best movie in the world, but it's a good enough movie to actually sit down and watch and enjoy. And have a fun time. To me, it fits in. Should have been the original It from the 90s, the TV movie special thing they did back then. They should have done something with this, or it felt like it was in that direction, but it wasn't.
I can see that.
I think they kind of learned their lesson maybe with this one, because this is before It, so I think they may have learned their lesson of saying maybe we should just go with this TV style stuff. If I get a bird.
That's pretty funny. Sorry. That's pretty...
What? But yes, I'm going 7.5 Buseys.
Why is it so funny? I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. I almost wish this movie was American Werewolf in London, and that movie already exists. So I'd rather watch that movie. Not saying this is a bad movie,
How? Wow.
but that movie
Hey,
is
now.
probably one of the best werewolf movies of all time. Definitely top 3 for me. Probably top 2.
Okay.
If you haven't seen American Werewolf in London.
I haven't seen it in like forever.
It's been a long time since I've watched that.
That's a very good movie. Maybe I'll throw that next year.
Next year. November's not over.
You can still squeeze one more in.
I don't know.
So
well, we have a lot going on this month. I don't know what's going on.
We do. So do that. We all wrapped up with our ratings. So Josh, take it away with next podcast segment. Do you know what's going on?
Okay, so
it is your turn.
Well, it's not my. Well, it's technically not my turn. So I think next episode it will either be next week or the following week. We haven't figured that out yet. It will be Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I'm sorry, the bird's cute right now. I'm sorry, he's being cute. I'm sorry. He called himself. I'm sorry.
Oh. It'll be
He's adorable. Put him away.
So we're gonna do Ghostbusters Afterlife for next episode for sure. It'll either be the real Ghostbusters or Extreme Ghostbusters. He's like grooming me right now. I don't know what's going on, but
I can see it.
It'll be the short will be one of the Ghostbusters cartoons. We'll figure out what cartoon. I think I know what we should do, but I'll ask you guys after the show's over. And then we'll have a guest star, the episode after that, and then it'll be my turn. So we have a few episodes before I actually get to choose. And I feel like since Christmas is coming up, I have to pick a Christmas thing, which I kind of don't want to. I just want to pick a regular movie, but I guess I have to. So that's what's happening.
Nobody's forcing you.
I know, but I feel like Christmas is forcing me.
I am 100% not picking a Christmas movie when it's my turn.
Oh, you're not? Okay. You're not. Okay. So
I'm going off I'm going off a movie my dad wants us all to watch.
Oh, God.
For some reason. I'm going off a movie that my dad wants us to all watch. It's probably is a B fucking. It's probably bad, worse than a B movie.
Have you seen it?
So I'm just giving the heads up on. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all. I looked up. No one's other than my dad. I'm gonna choose it, but me and Jerry talked about it a little bit, and Jerry's 100%. I think about.
Do you know what it is?
This one.
I'm trying
Star Wars Christmas special. That's Dennis. No. Maybe one time. Dennis, if we do that, you have to come on because you actually watched that. Dennis and I watched the Star Wars Christmas special, and it was the fucking worst thing I ever seen, hands down, in my life. It was so
Chewy.
It's only an hour and a half, and it took us like 4 or 5 viewings to finish it, and it's only an hour and a half. It took that long. So,
oh God,
Dennis, if we're gonna do that, you have to come on. That's the only way.
It's a requirement now, Dennis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to see a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up in chat.
And you have to have Lorenzo the bird on
by then too.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right.
He's gone.
Finish
he said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
I think we're done now. Finish that episode.
We are.
Send us off, man.
Buddy. Wait, what?
Curve Wookie
Grandpa.
Yes, it is awful. It's very terrible. What's his name? Lumpy?
How you got to that part? How?
I don't know. Get a tablet or some shit. I don't know. Figure it out. Get a bird named
Make
Lorenzo.
a laptop. Go to the library.
He's just pointing
at.
Is
that just a pointing upward?
I don't know. Get. Yeah.
Big Booty Dandy has given the thumbs up. So Dennis, you're for sure doing the Star Wars Christmas special.
That's
Big
only
Booty, where have you been?
I don't know what that is.
The bone?
That's a bone.
Oh, it's a bone. Yeah, it's terrible. It's awful. The best part of the whole Star Wars Christmas special is the animated Boba Fett first appearance. That's actually good.
Yes.
Other than that, it's awful. All right, Matt. Send us off.
Okay. Everybody, thank you for joining us on BatYard's Finest podcast. I am Superman's pal, Matt, hopefully becoming super friends every episode at a time. And this is...
I'm Jerry. I wasn't expecting you to point to me. I was ready to go last. I'm Jerry, sending you all off with Green Lantern's light. And this is...
I'm Josh from BatYard Productions, sending you off up and away until next BatYard's Finest episode when Dennis does the Star Wars Christmas special with us.
And
so you're never going to be on ever again?
One episode at a time.
Right.
Yes.
The Star Wars Christmas special won't be next episode. It's whenever Dennis fucking finds a laptop or tablet or fucking something.
So you're not going to be on until Dennis shows up? Dennis, get a laptop soon!
Until Dennis shows up and gets a bird named Lorenzo. Then we're going to do it.
Next episode, I'll show you guys my pet. Kind of.
Yes. So next episode,
your goddamn plant.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, along with a Ghostbusters cartoon. I think I know what I'm gonna pick. So with that,
Jerry, you're talking about Phil. You're talking about Phil. You're talking about Phil. God damn it!
Yeah, Phil's my pet.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, you gotta have Phil all with you next week, next time.
All right, good night.